Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Too Opinionated. Really excited today. I have actress Stella Smith with me. So, welcome, Stella.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
No, I'm so excited. So I'm gonna give you quick background on me. So, 80s and 90s, I was putting myself through college. I owned a couple of comic book stores. So I'm nerdy. But back then, there was nothing. There was no movies. There was no TV shows, just the comic books. But now, everything is on TV. It's the best.
Oh yeah,
It's the best.
definitely. Like the
And I'm a
streaming
big
sites.
I'm a big Justice Society guy. So I'm loving Stargirl.
Oh yeah, Stargirl's great.
Yeah.
Such a fun show to
So
be a part of.
are you a comic book person?
Um, well, my family has always been more into like superhero movies, like Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, that those
Yeah.
kind of things. But that's more mainstream. But we as soon as I got the role in Stargirl, we I definitely did become more invested into comics, just kind of
Yes.
trying to figure out like who is this character that I'd be playing. And it was kind of confusing at first because you know how comic books are. There's like
Yeah.
in this comic, there's the new 50, whatever, and then
Oh,
there's
the
like
new 52. Yeah.
yeah, and then it's like she was a totally different character in this, but then like she was a villain here, but a hero here. It's just kind of all over the place. So that was definitely kind of confusing at first, but
Yeah.
as being in the show has made me more invested into these comics
Well,
and
yeah, because you're playing Artemis, and she definitely has got kind of a weird history in the comics because she definitely has. So she's been a villain, she's been superhero, and then something in between, all
yes,
over the
yes.
place.
Yes, definitely. It's and I mean I see on the show, they're kind of combining all the different versions. They're like pulling different pieces from each comic book or each, in the superhero
Yeah.
show. And yeah, it's just kind of all over the place, but I'm happy with what they've created so far.
Oh yeah, it's such a good role, and you do such a good job with it. You're really believable as the teenager that's kind of angry about the situation with her parents, and she's very driven. And right now, I think I'm caught up. I don't think this week's episode's come out yet, but it's we're waiting to see which way you go. Are you gonna end up helping the new JSA, or are you going to be a bad guy? So we're waiting to see.
Yes. And as of episode 5, you kind of see it's Injustice Unlimited, which is me, Cindy, and Isaac.
Yeah,
And we're kind of planning something that will
I
play out
know.
in episode 6. So it comes out tomorrow. So that's going to be awesome to watch.
I'm very excited for it. I still think at the end of everything, you're going to be a good guy. That's my guess. I don't know. We'll see.
Who knows? Anything can happen.
Anything could happen, but it's probably fun playing kind of a bad person for a little while.
It is. It is. It's really cool. You hear stories about like these actors that get to play like these horrible characters, these villains, and they're like, oh yeah, I had the time of my life. And it is true because it is really fun. You get to, especially when you're playing a character that you want to have like a lot of different layers with. You don't want to just make it one dimensional. Oh, I'm mad all the time. Or like I just, and that's what I love about the show is, they write the villains so well.
Yeah, yeah, they really do. They really do because they almost make you care for some of them. You
Definitely.
kind of like pull them for them to figure it out. To kind of straighten themselves out.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, yeah. So back in the, I was probably 87, 88, somewhere in there, well before you were born. I was working a comic convention, and my booth was right next to this newer kind of unknown artist named Todd McFarlane. Right, he's big now. But back then, nobody. So I was saying we were just kind of you're sitting there all day long, and we're just chatting back and forth. And he was so excited about this new character he was drawing, Artemis.
No way. That's
Yeah,
awesome. That's
it was really
crazy.
cool. It was really cool. So the comic that she first starts in was Infinity Inc. And he did the artwork for it. back then. So I always remember that. I was like, oh yeah, yeah. Todd McFarlane, big fan of Artemis.
That's crazy. That's awesome. I
So
think
so I jumped ahead just a little bit. Usually I'll start this way, so I'm going to back up a little bit. You know, you're still pretty young, but how did you get into the entertainment business? What made you want to be an actress?
so. Really still don't know the reason. Like, but I was like 4 years old. No, no. So when I was like 4 years old, I asked my parents like, "How do you get to be on TV?" And they just kind of dismissed it. Like they were kind of like, "It's just a stupid like child question,
That's
whatever."
right.
And then, but then when I was like 10 years old, I started doing like print modeling. So I signed
Oh,
with a modeling agency. And then from there, I started getting more into acting because I started taking acting classes.
yeah,
And then they also signed me for acting. And basically, ever since then, I've just been taking classes. And
yeah. That's pretty good. Did you do theater through high school?
I did. I didn't do the shows as much because, I didn't want to like have to commit to such like a really you have to commit and they have like
Right.
multiple rehearsals a week and I didn't want to like get an audition and not be able to go or something mess up
Yeah, yeah. That's
scheduling
bad
wise.
form. You can't do that.
No, yeah, definitely. So yes, I was involved in theater, but like I took it as a class for yeah, I took it as a class and then I also took chorus.
Oh,
So
you did course, so you sing a little bit.
not really, but it was just a fun class to be in.
At one time, I was in chorus. That's been decades ago, but I still remember. It is fun.
It is.
You're just in there with a group of peers, kids, and it is a lot of
You're
fun.
singing, learning,
Right, yeah, that's
singing
right. That's right.
songs.
Did you play any sports?
I did cheerleading growing up, like or like cheerleading, tumbling,
Oh,
like tumbling kind of stuff. Um, but now I kind of do more like kickboxing.
oh, I did read that you were kind of into the kickboxing, which is probably very helpful in the role that you're playing.
It was, learning. I did learn some like stunt training, and
Oh,
it was good to like see. I think it did pay off a little bit. Just kind of
so is that you throwing the football?
me throwing in episode 4.
Yeah,
So that like the one where I throw it like crazy far.
yeah.
That's definitely CGI. There's no way I could throw that
But
far.
did you actually have to throw a ball and then they just kind of made it look better?
Yes, that's what they did. That's what they
Okay.
did. They did. I went in there with the football trainer, and he kind of taught me the basics, how to like act like a quarterback, and that was
Yeah,
more
your
like it.
form
Just
was good.
thank you. So that was more that was more of it all. Just kind of like learning to look like I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Yeah. So if I remember right in that episode, you start out kind of rough. Like you're having your big, in front of the scout and you get sacked. Like if you start out getting tackled
Oh
with
yes.
that. So did you actually get tackled?
No, that was my stunt double Kira. There's no like they wouldn't want an actor to get tackled. But yes, she's great. She's like such a badass. She
Yeah.
did so
Yeah.
many
They
different stunts.
they all are. All of the stunt people. I mean, you wouldn't want to mess with any of them.
Oh, not at all. Not at all. They're crazy.
So is she around your age or is she older?
I think she might be older.
Yeah.
Like I think, they have to be over a certain age, but
But
yeah,
I'm
I think she's
guessing that
older.
she's similar height, at least in something similar to you to where it's pretty easy to
It
flip you
is
in and
like
out.
it's kind of funny. Sometimes my mom like if my mom was on set that day, then she'd be like, I can't even tell you guys really apart from the back or the side because we have like we're same height, we have similar hair, we have like a similar face shape. So I guess from like the
Yeah.
side, it's kind of like you can't really tell the
That's good
difference.
casting.
Yes, she's great.
See, but you need to tell everybody, be like, yes, that was me. That was me getting tackled.
Oh, if that was
That
me
was
getting
me
tackled, I
throwing
would.
the football.
Yep,
I'd be
definitely.
lying. I'd be telling people that. Oh yeah, I do all
I'm just that good.
that. Well, okay. What about the staff work?
The staff work.
Yeah. Are you doing some of that?
What do you mean by staff work?
Well, let's see. Let me think. So so there was a well, no, okay. So now I'm thinking about it. The scene I'm thinking about is Stargirl kind of gets you. I don't, it's not a staff, but she hit you with something in the lunchroom.
Oh, the hockey stick,
Hockey
yes.
stick. That's what it was. Yeah, I was thinking that was you, but then now I think about it, no, that was Stargirl.
Yes, so we actually did have a stunt training little rehearsal for that. It was kind of just more, again, I was holding the staff and I was holding it in one hand, and then she would grab it. It was it was a little bit of choreography, but for the most part, Kiera did the flip and
Yeah.
all of the actual work.
Well, yeah, that is true. There was a flip involved. It was
Yes.
pretty good. That's one thing about that show. The fight scenes, they're pretty well done. I mean, they look believable.
Oh yeah, yes, definitely. And especially the episode coming up, there's like a really, really big fight. It's great. I just cannot
Yeah.
wait to see it.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. So when you tried out for the show, did you know what you were trying out for?
No, I did not. Just it came in like any other audition would,
Yeah.
and it was like a self-tape, so I get it and then I turn it in. That's it. So I knew it was for a show going to be called Stargirl,
Oh,
and
okay. Yeah.
but they used a different character name. The name was Caroline Smith. So they and then in the scene that I
Yeah.
auditioned with, I was a girl on the boys football team as the quarterback, and I was like getting into an argument with one of my teammates. Fitting, right? So I kind of knew it was going to be like an athletic character just based off the sides. So I
Yeah.
sent it in and then I forgot about it because that's what you kind of do with every audition, forget about it.
Well, that's
And
right.
and then about 2 weeks later, I got this message from my agent saying like I had been approved for the role. So I even then I didn't really know what it meant. And then it had the name Angela Croc, which
Yeah.
and then like I looked up Stargirl, Croc, whatever. And then I saw Joy and Neil, who play my parents, they were attached to the product. I'm like, oh, I think I'm playing their kid.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
so from there, I was able to find out, okay, I'm playing a character called Artemis Croc. And then about like even a week later, I finally got the dates of like when I'd be working, but it was just kind of confusing up until that point. Like, did I get this? Or not? I'm kind of confused.
So so like right now you're still in that most of your scenes you're very angry. You're very health conscious about what you're eating, but you're very angry with that. So I'm waiting on that because there's going to be an episode where you have the breakdown episode, where it gets more into your character and explains your motivations. It makes you more vulnerable.
It was, episode 4 had a good bit of that actually,
It
because
did. It did.
visiting my parents in prison, you get to see a different side of her. Like she actually cares and she misses her parents.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I was waiting for you to do something to the guard that was kind of a jerk.
Yeah, right.
I was like, oh, he's going to get his.
He's gonna die. I think that's the thing with Artemis. Like she has basically, I mean, as we saw from her, like throwing that football impossibly far and crushing the apple and playing on a football team. She basically, I mean, kind of like Sports Master. She has like this almost superhuman strength. Yeah. So she kind of has to restrain herself from literally killing people all the time, probably.
Right. Have you got to shoot a bow yet?
We will have to wait for that. Wait and see.
Because I think the last version of her was on the cartoon, Young Justice, and she was kind of a little more of an archer on that. She was shooting the bow, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to assume at some point you're going to pick up a bow.
Who knows? But yeah, it's like I think it is right now. From what we saw in like the previews for episode 6, she's in her she's more kind of a combination of like Sports Master and Tigress, like kind of using their costume.
Well, she went by Tigress some in the comics.
She did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You've read up a little bit. I can tell.
Yes, trust me. Like I don't. It took me a while, but eventually I figured it out.
Have you got to do? It's probably not because of the pandemic, but have you got to do any conventions yet?
Not yet, but actually, I think this Thursday I'm going to a con in Virginia.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like Richmond, somewhere like that?
Yeah, it's Richmond, and it's called the Heroes Con with a Cause.
Oh yeah,
And
I know exactly which one. Yeah,
so,
we've been to some of those. Yeah,
oh,
really
really?
good.
That's awesome. So yes,
Yeah,
I'm going to that this week.
yeah. You're gonna have a blast with that. So much fun. It yeah, I know it. Like if I had, I've always said this. If I had ever had a role on a superhero, science fiction show, fantasy, anything like that, they wouldn't even have to call me for those conventions. I'd just be showing up in costume.
Like, here I am.
Ah, there's Artemis again. He's hanging out. Who invited him? I'd be going to the supermarket in the costume, all that stuff.
You're full in your commitment.
Do they allow you to take the costume home?
No, that is in the wardrobe because who knows, like you might use it for in the upcoming episodes or
Well,
seasons or
That's
whatever.
right. You got to work that into the contract.
Yeah, for real. I would love to have a little piece
At least for Halloween.
Yeah, I could like remake it, but it wouldn't be near as good as what it would look like on the show. It would definitely not.
What's the fan reaction been to your character?
So far I think everyone's like, because I mean, episode 4, keep referencing episode 4. That's when like the majority of stuff happens.
Yeah.
Like a big, but
That was your big episode.
yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was a big episode for the Croc family. But in episode 4, you see Cindy kind of manipulating me with the black diamond with Eclipso, and she basically makes me fail my tryouts. And so, but because of that, I'm like in a really low place right now, and she's able to be like, hey, you want to join this team? And
she's manipulating you.
Yep, basically being manipulated right now, and I don't even know it. And
yeah, Cindy can be her character can be a little bit scary.
She is. Meg does such a great job playing her, but also like we were saying, you also feel really bad for her at times.
Definitely. She's the one I feel the worst for as far as the villains, because you can tell she's kind of trapped with what she's doing. It's like she's kind of went down that road and doesn't really know how to get off the road, if that makes any sense.
And it happened to her when she was a child, so she's like just part of her upbringing.
Now her father on the show, he was scary.
Oh, a Dragon King?
He's a bad dude. Yeah.
Yes, he pure evil. Pure evil, scary scientist, dragon man, reptilian.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought the show, it's when it first came out and they had kind of the Justice Society getting the crap kicked out of them right at the beginning, of the series. It was really well done. It kind of set the tone for the series, and even though it can be kind of light at times, it can be a little dark, and it deals with a lot of feelings, let's say. Pretty good.
Oh, it does, definitely. Especially even since season 1, they had those dark moments of children being murdered. But also in season 2, it is definitely, the tone is a lot darker, more serious, more dramatic. Yeah. Which I think it's working so far. I really like the tone change.
Oh yeah, it's been really good this year. It's my son and I, it's our favorite superhero show right now, which is saying something because we're big Titans fans, and that show's really good too. But Stargirl's our favorite right now.
Yes,
really well written.
I think that's the thing. It's like, even if you weren't super into like, the comic book shows, superhero shows, you could follow Stargirl and not be confused, because even though like they do introduce these old characters, like they also kind of explain it along the way. It's not like, oh, you have to know this storyline and this storyline to connect all of them.
That's right. And they're doing a good job. I think I love the way that they kind of bring in characters that mainstream probably doesn't know much about those characters. So they've done a really good job with that. And the latest one is Shade, is kind of, he's in the same type of situation. Is he going to be a bad guy? Is he going to be helping them? We're waiting to see.
Oh yeah. I love the Shade on the show. He's like, he's so proper.
He is.
But also like kind of edgy and villainous.
Yeah.
He's like you're saying, you don't know what side he's on.
No, waiting to see. I'm enjoying everything is binged right now. It all drops everything at the same time. I'm enjoying the week to week format where, the older format where you have to wait for the next episode.
It does. It builds up more hype for sure, but
Yeah.
it is sad. You're like, I can't binge this.
Well, we kind of learned, that's what you do.
Yep.
You sit till it's over.
Exactly. And then you're like, wait, what happened in this episode? They're all kind of running together.
So you also had a role on Black Lightning, because
Yes.
you do all the superhero shows.
Yes, it actually filmed here in Atlanta too. That was a really fun show to work on.
Yeah, I know. I was disappointed they didn't get another season, but it was out for 4 seasons, I think.
4 seasons, yes.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So talk a little bit about that role. What role did you play on the show?
So there's a character on that show called Grace Choi, and she's she kind of shapeshifts. She can shapeshift into a leopard, also a young version, which is what I played, and an older man. So that was
interesting.
Fun doing it. And sometimes they'd have to like set up the shot to, they have to perfect the shot because be transforming in from her original form into me and then to an old man. So, but again, it was kind of like just the blocking of the scene.
Yeah, it's really cool.
She had a past on that show, and I guess I was part of that. And I don't think it wasn't good. She's I think she was on the loose all the time. But yeah, she was great.
You're always playing these characters that they're a little rough. They're a little rough.
so sad and so dramatic, but I like those characters. I think they're a lot of fun,
Oh yeah, for sure. So did that role help you at all getting the Stargirl role?
Oh, so actually I got Stargirl before I got Black Lightning.
Oh, you did?
And it might have helped actually, because it was the same casting company that cast me, so they might have helped knowing that I was on Stargirl.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. So I'm just waiting, now that you've established your superhero show credentials, I'm assuming Disney will be calling at some point.
Who knows? No,
they have like 4,000 shows.
You're right. It's mostly Marvel though.
I know. Yeah, it's not DC. It's Marvel for sure. But you could, a lot of actors do that. You could play a Marvel character.
Hey, more work is good. So
they've been working, like through their movies and TV shows. They're kind of hinting that they're going to do a Young Avengers group. You could totally fit into that.
That'd be cool. As long as I can do Stargirl also. But
we don't want to mess up Stargirl. Sure.
Yeah,
I'll make some phone calls. We'll get that straight. We'll work out the details.
I appreciate it.
So, what was your first acting job?
I think when I first got into acting when I was younger, it was more about commercials.
Yeah, I saw you done a lot of commercials.
Yes, it was more stuff like that, just traditional. I did a Sprint commercial. I did a Toys R Us commercial. I think that was one of the first ones that I can remember off the top of my head.
So you were a Toys R Us kid?
I was in like one of those commercials, and I remember it took so long to shoot that day, and I had to like hold up this card, and like there was a green screen behind us, and I had to like point to something, and it was fun though. I remember.
Did they fill in the giraffe for the commercial?
They might have. I don't remember. It's been forever since that commercial.
I know, and now they're gone.
Yeah, that's sad.
It is sad. Mm-hmm. It is sad. Jeffrey, I think Jeffrey was the giraffe.
Jeffrey the giraffe.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. And you did a Sprint commercial and several others. Have you done any voice work?
Voice work. I've auditioned for a few things just because my agent has sent me on some voiceover auditions, but no, I've never done like anything like strictly just voice. But I think it'd be something cool to get into.
Well, yeah,
I know it's such a hard business to like break into.
I've always heard, we've had a lot of voice actors on the show, and all of them say that they believe it's more difficult to break into voice acting than it is to acting.
Wow.
Just a smaller group.
It is
Just
like there's because I mean there's so many people who can do so many different voices.
yeah.
It's like that's
But once you're in,
covering
you're
half the
in.
show. Yep, that's true. Like,
Can you do different voices?
um, maybe with training, I don't know. I haven't really I haven't really practiced that, but I might be able to if I had like if I took voiceover classes.
See, next time you come on the show, we'll get you to do the interview with a West Virginia accent.
What is the West Virginia accent?
It's me. That's me.
Oh,
Yeah. You can't pick up this accent?
I don't know that. I feel like when I do an accent, it always kind of changes into like either British or something. So that's the accent I automatically just revert to because I think that's one of the first ones I learned. But you know, it's might be able to figure it out if I had time.
We'll work on it. We can do it.
Yes.
I can train you to do the West Virginia accent.
Oh.
We don't really have any superheroes that are from West Virginia. You know, like if you go back to the comic books, there really wasn't any that West Virginia could call their own. So we got to work on that. Maybe we'll create one.
Yes.
That you can do. And of course, you know, given your strengths, it'll have to be maybe an anti-hero. Have to be complex.
Oh, yeah. And I love anti-heroes. They're such fun characters
because really... it's a deeper, you know, role. I think you have to get into it a little bit more. You've got layers.
Yeah, it's like you're good, like you're considered almost good, but not really. Just kind of depends on the day. Sometimes you'll be working for the good, sometimes the bad. But
is there a genre that you haven't done yet that you would like to try?
Recently I've been auditioning for comedies and I've had a lot of fun, you know, with those auditions. I'm just kind of learning, working on the scripts. And I think so. I think it'd be really fun to do some sort of comedy.
Yeah, for sure. Are they movies or television series?
Kind of a variety. It just kind of depends.
Yeah.
But
yeah, we need to get you in a comedy. That would be good.
I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm on board. Let's do that. You tell them I said it was good. We're do you have a favorite role that you have done over your career?
Probably recently, I love Artemis.
Yeah, it's tough not to.
It is such, I mean, just being part of a superhero show, being like an actual DC Comics character, that's going to be hard to top.
You can't, and they can never take that away. You'll always be Artemis.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool.
Thank you.
Coming from a nerd, that's pretty cool.
Thank you.
All right, so how about, let's say you didn't sing, but you did some chorus. Did you ever play an instrument?
I did. I think when I was young, I played a little violin. I wasn't serious about it. I tried violin, but I would not practice. So I'd quit. But
yeah, that's a tough one.
Yes, when I was younger.
When you were cheerleading, did you compete in competitions?
I did this like half season thing where it wasn't like a full competition year. It was like a half season one.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I was just tumbling, you know, for exercise and just kind of working on my flexibility and all that stuff.
Can you do a backflip?
Not anymore, probably. I probably hurt myself.
How about a cartwheel?
Maybe. Probably.
Yeah. Yeah, those backflips are scary.
Oh yeah, I always had a mental block when it came to those. Like, what if I just don't land right? And
I mean, if you're on the mats, that might not be too bad. But just
scary.
It is scary. Yeah, I can't do it.
Especially
no, I mean, obviously now I couldn't do it, but even 40 years ago, you would not be seeing me doing backflips or cartwheels for that matter.
Yeah, cartwheels are like, people think, oh, it's easy, I can do it, but I think I saw someone try to do a cartwheel. They thought they could, but it just didn't end well.
And that's the if you're gonna try a cartwheel, but it's not something you normally do, you should do it when you're alone.
Yes, don't do it in front of people.
Have you gotten? I was reading some online where the fact that you're playing a character who is a female quarterback on the football team is, people are finding some inspiration from that. Have you seen any of that where younger girls are saying, all right, she's playing a quarterback, maybe that's something I could do?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's definitely cool. It's cool to
Yeah.
be maybe without the personality, but yes, it is cool for people to look up to Artemis like that.
And they even mentioned it, I think, in that episode 4. They talk about you would be the first female quarterback in college
Mm-hmm.
on the show, and that's neat. That's something
It
that
is.
we definitely at some point it'll happen, but it hadn't happened
Oh, yeah.
yet. Yeah,
Yes, definitely.
you're
I
a role
think
model.
that's good. Just ignore the Artemis's temper and all of that other stuff, but
Well, yeah.
her
I didn't
drive,
say
her
you're
drive is
perfect.
good. Yes.
No, you do. You really do a great job on the show, and I love the fact that you convey a lot of emotion without even saying anything.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, it's really well done. Like some of the looks that you give, if I was standing in front of you, I would back up and be like, okay, I got something to do over here. I'm not messing with her.
Thank you. I kind of as far as like the looks, the intimidation, I took inspiration from Joy and Neil.
Oh yeah,
they're so good at that, like non-verbally
are.
just communicating what they're feeling.
Yeah,
so
they really are. Did you practice that?
Yeah, when I was looking at the script, when I was running the scenes, I would kind of practice like, how am I feeling in this moment, or how is Artemis doing this, or whatever.
So how are your mom and dad now as far as your acting career? Are they fully on board?
Oh yeah, they don't really want to be a part of it, they don't want to. They support me. They support me 100%.
That's good.
But they don't really want to be involved. They leave everything up to me.
I think that's good. I think that's good. So they're there if you need them, but they're not actively.
Oh no, they're not pushing me into doing anything, because I know you hear like a lot of child actors are like, I was forced to be an actor, and then no, that's not the case.
Yeah, that's just good parenting. They're just being supportive of what you want to do.
Yes.
So if you weren't an actor, what would you be?
I have not thought about that. Like I don't know.
Perhaps a podcaster.
Maybe, I really can't think of anything else I would do.
Yeah, because you're doing what you love. I think that's awesome.
Thank you.
That's really really great. Okay, well, Stella, this has been terrific. Thank you so much for taking a little bit of time with us. I got a few things though before you go. One, is there anything that you're working on that we can kind of keep an eye out for?
Just looking forward to starting back Stargirl season 3.
Yeah, when does that start? Any idea?
Pretty soon, I think.
Well, I thought.
I don't know the exact dates, but pretty soon.
It's so weird that I'm assuming it's so weird that you film a season and then it starts. So you're kind of, you have that downtime while the show's going on, but then you immediately got to start filming the next season.
It's great. Like, it's great. I think it's great to have a show that's constantly running like this, because every actor wants to be working at some point.
Well, yeah, that's exactly right. So when you signed on for the show, is it in the contract that you're signed for so many seasons if they decide to go that way? I mean, are you tied down for a while?
I actually don't know. I guess it depends on how many seasons they do, how often, how much they intend to use my character.
Oh, a lot. I think they're going to use her a lot.
That's what I hope for. But it's all up in the air.
Yeah. I still think, maybe it's next season. Who knows? But at some point, you're going to join the rest of the heroes, but you'll be the one that is causing some conflict within the group.
The
That's what I think.
anti-hero. That'd be fun.
At some point, though, you're gonna save them. It'll happen. That's my prediction. So
Well,
when
I'll
it
keep that in
does,
mind.
once you save everybody, then you got to come back on so I can say, aha, I was right.
Told you so.
Told you so.
That'd actually be cool if you predicted that, because I have no clue.
I know. I'm just looking at the history of Artemis. That's my prediction. I could be wrong. That's my prediction. I'm sure once they see this episode, they're going to be like, hey, he's on to something.
Like, oh, okay.
We should do that. Okay, so where can we find you on social media?
I have Instagram, I think, and that's the only social media I have. And
yeah, I found you on there.
Yes, it's Stella L Smith.
What's the L stand for?
That's my middle name, Louise.
Oh, Louise, very nice.
Yes, thank you.
I saw that you were named from A Streetcar Named Desire.
Yes, correct. My parents, I think on one of their first dates, actually, they watched that movie and they saw Stella. Like, hey, that sticks.
Do they ever yell that around the house when they want you to come to dinner or whatever and be like, Stella?
That'd be funny. No, everyone else does though. Like every time I meet someone, they're like Stella, and I'm like, yep, that's.
There's a great episode of Seinfeld where Elaine I can't remember she's hopped up on something. She got medicine or something that's kind of making her loopy, and that's what she meets somebody named Stella, and that's what she keeps doing every time she runs into her. She's like, Stella.
Yeah, trust me, I get that one a lot.
That's good though. That's good. You've got your name's it came from somewhere. That's neat.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that. All right, Stella. So I'm going to ask you for one quick favor before you go. All right, it's easy. So all you have to do is say, "This is Stargirl Stella Smith. You're watching Too Opinionated."
All right.
Can you handle it?
Yes.
You want me to say action?
If you want, go ahead.
All right, here we go. I've always wanted to say it. I need a little board.
Yes.
I can say it. All right, you ready?
Yes.
Action.
This is Stargirl Stella Smith. You're watching Too Opinionated.
Oh, you're really good.
Thank you.
You've got a future.
Oh, thank you. Been practicing for this moment.
Hey, I got to get a promo in there. We're gonna have this out. When I put out there that you were coming on the show, our website just got lit up. People were so excited to see the episode.
Oh, that's awesome.
You got a lot of fans out there.
That's cool.
You'll find out later this week when you go to Virginia.
Yes.
No. Do you have you got the headshots and stuff to sign?
I do. I think I have a few headshots, but I also have like just the picture related to Stargirl.
Yeah. You got to carry that stuff around. Put it in your trunk. You never know. You might run into one of us and have to sign, or maybe you forget your wallet, sign an autograph, and pay for the meal. Well, thank you so much, Stella. Hold on one second. I'm going to hit pause. I thought I hit pause. Let's try again. All right, so that was Stella Smith. What just a terrific young lady and just a talented actress. Really enjoyed that. And I love the fact, as I usually do, those that watch the show know that I tend to have a complete interview off camera, and I'm terrible about that. So, and I did this time. We talked a little bit about Infinity Inc. and Artemis's beginnings, and Todd McFarlane and Jade and some of the other characters from Infinity Inc. She was very knowledgeable about it. She knew what she was talking about. So I told her that that definitely helped her comic book cred. Just a delightful actress. I really enjoyed her role, and she was so good on Black Lightning as well. And I know she's just starting out. We're going to see her in so many things. I can tell just from talking with her, she's got a really good sense of humor. I think she'll do really well in comedy too. So I'm looking forward to that. Hope you guys enjoyed the interview. Thank you so much for joining us each and every week. You keep coming back. I don't take that for granted. There's so many things out there, so many podcasts you could be watching. So happy that you're finding interesting people and topics here on Too Opinionated. So thank you so much. If you haven't done so yet, please check out our YouTube page, MeisterCon Pod. Like and subscribe. That would really help us out. You can also find all 300 or so episodes, audio and video, on our website, meistercon.com. So I guarantee you'll find someone or something that you like. Brett does a hilarious, fun, well-written blog, and it'll also let you know what we have going on. If we're doing conventions, if we're doing things here at the studio, like this Friday night, we've got some of the walkers from Walking Dead are dropping by the studio. So we'll let you know all that stuff on the website. So definitely check that out. So thanks to Stella. Thank you guys. Until next time. Bye, everybody.